One of the most interesting aspects of watching Dororo was grappling with the variety of moral dilemmas that it proposes. It manages to present an intricate and nuanced perspective on morality, while leaving the viewer to draw their own conclusions on the righteousness of each character's actions. The central focus of the series is Hyakkimaru's quest to regain his body, which his father Daigo sold various parts of to 48 demons in exchange for the prosperity of his country. One of the demons, however, failed to take a piece of Hyakkimaru's body, leaving him as the husk of a human, missing various organs and limbs, which was promptly abandoned and taken in by a man named Jukai. While Daigo's actions are quite clear-cut as immoral, the situation truly gets interesting as Hyakkimaru grows up and has the burden of dealing with the consequences of this placed solely upon him. Now he alone has to decide whether to slay demons and reclaim the body which is rightfully his, at the price of an entire country's welfare. Daigo's actions reflect his philosophy that the end justifies the means. Alongside the various other atrocities he commits throughout the anime in the name of the greater good, he is, in a way, similar to Dororo's father, who died in a way which was completely honorable by all Sengoku period standards, yet in the process leaving his wife and child to fend for themselves. Due to honor being so highly valued by the culture, this kind of sacrifice is all too common in the world of Dororo. It is easy to see how Daigo ended up with this mindset through his son, Tahomaru. Tahomaru is introduced to us on an unequivocal moral high ground. He is mostly naive regarding his father's actions, and spends his time traveling around the kingdom, offering assistance to towns in need, mainly due to his genuine care for his people. From his discovery of the truth behind Hyakkimaru, he continues to do what he has always done, help the country. He sees no difference between killing Hyakkimaru and killing any other sort of demon that threatens his people, and for good reason. Hyakkimaru represents a colossal threat to the nation, as his actions, left unchecked, may plunge the land back into poverty and bring about its inevitable demise. In the latter half of the series, we see this view become closer and closer to the truth, as Hyakkimaru's urge to slay demons grows stronger and he loses sight of his humanity, the very thing he is seeking to reclaim. This irony is the driving force behind the show. Hyakkimaru kills demons to regain his body parts, which in his eyes will make him more human, and in the process loses his empathy and compassion, making him less human. There are a handful of characters that, in mirroring Dororo and Hyakkimaru, build upon this idea further. Jukai recognizes that he has sinned in the past and seeks to atone through creating prosthetics, knowing full well that he will never be able to undo his wrongs. Mio sells her services to soldiers on both sides of the war, effectively betraying her country in order to provide food for her fellow orphans. Saburota claims to be hunting a demon, but in reality has long abandoned his noble aspirations out of fear and instead lures travelers to be consumed by it. The unique relationships that these characters make with the main duo give us an insight into the various outcomes possible of the main conflict. Jukai, for example, raised Hyakkimaru in place of his parents and understands the suffering that he has been put through very well. He also knows, from his own experiences, that no matter the motivation behind them, atoning for one's sins is an impossible task. This is why he is so heartbroken when he meets Hyakkimaru again later in the series, and sees the monster that he has become. Jukai's endless quest for redemption foreshadows the departure of Hyakkimaru at the end of the show, who is again seeking to regain his humanity, but this time mentally instead of physically. Hyakkimaru's ultimate victory and the Daigo Empire's collapse were just one of the possible outcomes of this situation. While this outcome marks the death of an empire, with its most central buildings destroyed, and its ruler leading the remainder of its forces off to war without looking back, and uncertain times for its citizens, the true tragedy is that no matter which side prevailed, suffrage was guaranteed. Daigo's victory would have reduced the number of people affected drastically, yet it involves the sacrifice of Hyakkimaru and the continued pain of any people living near the demons. It comes down to two methods of thinking: that this situation only arose because of Daigo's evil, so it is only just that he deals with the consequences of Hyakkimaru regaining his body, or that Hyakkimaru is in the wrong because he is placing his well-being above that of an entire nation.